Hey guys, it's me, producer Ross, and welcome to another edition of ITFC Weekly, the show where we take a look at all the news that happened this week and stories that you may have missed. But today's a bit of a special one, as we're going to take a look at the COVID, props to Thomas for that, transfer window, Town's transfer window as a whole. And of course, today I'm joined by good old Thomas Seggons. How you doing, my friend?
Not too bad. I'm in second world at the moment, so taking a bit of a break from work, but I'm not too bad.
So yeah, Thomas is on location. He's my location reporter. He's ready to pounce if there's any transfers going on, but probably not going to happen. But let's take a look at the COVID transfer window as a whole for Town. So Thomas, let's take a look at the players that we've signed. Of course, not the most exciting transfer window, but I think we were expecting that because with the COVID situation, the salary cap. Of course, all of our three permanent signings happened on the same day. The 17th of August is the date. David Cornell on a free from Northampton, Ollie Hawkins on a free from Portsmouth, and then Stephen Ward a free from Stoke City. Of course, they all got released from them clubs. As a whole, what's your verdict on the transfer window and also on these three signings?
Obviously, Cornell, good keeper, did well at Northampton last year, but as I said at the time, and obviously as well, I don't really see why we need another keeper with Harry Wright and Pricebeck, who are now strangely gone out on loan just because we've brought in another keeper. They're not being seen on the bench at all for us, which is a shame. I mean, if you go back 15 years ago, Supple and Price, I don't understand why we can't at least use one of them as our backup keeper for when if needed. So. But overall, yeah, I think Cornell's he is a good signing for us. He's a good backup to have, or maybe even a number one. It depends if Holy keeps his place. I don't want to see him rotate like last season. I think Lambert's learned from that. But yeah, overall, I think Cornell's he'll be a good replacement for Norris as well. To be fair, I'm glad we've got. I know I said we've got Harry on project, but I'm glad we've got our own backup keeper this year, not a lone one. So that's a positive for that. Stephen Ward, at the time, he's a good left back. We knew that, but he'd had problems with injuries, and so a bit skeptical of Ward at the time. But again, he's come in. He's made. I know he's injured at the moment, which is a big shame. But in general, he's been a solid player for us, and his leadership helps at the back. It helps Chambers out, and it helps us in general. So it's a really good experience signing there in hindsight, and hopefully this injury, he's not out for long, and he goes back and takes Kenlock's place back. And then obviously Hawkins, who when we signed him said we could double up as a centre back or a striker, and here he's obviously taken that shirt for his up front. He's not getting the goals, but what he does, we're still scoring. His link up play is good, his hold up play is good. He's doing these nice little touches and making one or two goals last week against Blackpool. He was involved in, and he's in the build up play, and that's it doesn't matter who's scoring at the end of the day as long as we're scoring. And if he's doing the dirty work for other players, that's fair enough. I've got no problem with that.
And there's one thing that we probably forget actually is about contracts as well. Of course, Luke Wolfenden this summer signed a new 4-year contract. You can sort of say that's probably our best business for this, the summer, because we thought Luke Wolfenden was probably going to go to the Championship or even a Premier League. He was linked to different clubs. So would you say that is one of the best sort of signings of the summer for us?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Last year he was one of our best players, him and Downs. So to get him on a 4-year contract and to avoid any speculation over the COVID transfer window, as we're calling it, I think that was a big deal. And I know he's been injured, and I don't really get all that Lambert's been saying about him. Maybe he does need a bit of a kick up the bum maybe he was a bit too laid back and he needed that. I don't know, but it's good that we've still got him. He's still another option to have, because I know Toto's doing well, but I still feel like there's a mistake there somewhere, and we're going to need someone to fill that void. And if it's Wolfenden, if it's McGuinness, I'd rather it be Wolfenden because he's our player. So yeah, but overall, yeah, I was really happy with that. Big news during one of the best news over the summer for us, I think. So yeah, that's good.
Well, Thomas, thank you very much for joining me on ITFC Weekly this week. Hopefully you have a good weekend, and hopefully, of course, a Town win.
Yeah, hopefully. I went 3-1 on the podcast. Funny enough, my fiance's, Katie, her dad and brother, they always go 3-1. If they go to the bookies, they will put 3-1 down. So I'm quite tempted to go to somewhere and just put it down as myself and put a couple of quid just to see. I wouldn't if it was any other result, but just because they do that, I'm tempted. So, but if I do that, we'll probably lose or something. So that's part of me that thinks I shouldn't do it. I will.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, top man.
3
Well,
points, hopefully.
yes. Top man, thank you very much for joining me, and thank everybody for watching. Make sure, of course, follow us on all of our social media at Kings of Anglia, and of course, see us on game day where we talk about the results against Accrington Stanley. See you later, guys.